In a world where every podcast rushes to the microphone before the popcorn is even settled, they scream their hot takes while the credits are still rolling. Now, two men bound by love of movies dare to wait, because when the lights go up and the hype fades away, that's when the real movie begins. They're pulling the curtain back 5 business days later and seeing if there's anything still there. The perspective the world didn't know it needed. Welcome to Back to the Movie Week, late takes with Jesse Murray and Scott Cash. Tonight, they're going back to the movie.
So Obsession was what we watched last week.
Obsession,
that was
yeah.
a fun, just kind of random.
Good recommendation by
it trickled through.
our boy Phil.
And I had heard a couple other people talk about it, and so it was just like one of those, oh yeah, let's check it out. And I always, horror is kind of where the ingenuity is these days, where the original idea, the original thoughts are coming through just because I think the budgets are lower. They can kind of play a little more.
Yeah.
It's not as high stakes, right?
Yeah.
So get new
like
ideas.
what? How many locations did that movie have?
Like 2, right? I mean, not
Yeah.
right? The car
Yeah.
and a couple houses.
Yeah. Well, the car scene in the park, we'll get there, but that could have been shot
Yeah,
anywhere.
right.
I
I should
start with the diner.
We should have looked up how much it cost.
Dude's house, exterior of the girl's house,
Yeah.
interior of the friend's house and the party scene.
Yeah.
That was it. 4 locations.
Curry Barker wanted to bookend it with the dead cat. He wanted to actually start the movie with the cat scene, and he wanted to end the movie with the cat. But they did reshoots, and they had him practicing on the waitress in the diner as a reshoot. So that kind of came later as just like, hey, we want to establish that this character really has a crush on this person, and like is really nervous about asking her out, right? And just added another layer of pressure for Bear, and makes it that much more for him, I guess, as a character. But would that have been different? Just
It would have
dead
been
cat?
different, but I liked
It was a rough first 30 minutes anyways.
I'm going to adjust your mic for you.
Oh, is it still bad?
It's like behind your face.
So
Yeah, is mine clearing my beard? All right.
seems okay.
Okay.
But
Viking problems.
yeah, was that a first rough 30 minutes or what? Like that just was dragging on. You don't like this main character.
Yeah, it was a rocky start.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just a product of the characters and the performers being young and we're old and just
I
hate how young people are. But
It was a choice. I think it was an acting choice.
Okay,
Right? They were trying to portray
They were all really unlikable
very
in the beginning.
Very.
Every single one of them.
Yep. Best friend.
Yeah, the
He's
best
unlikable.
friend. What was his name?
I think like Ian or something.
Ian, yeah. He grew on me.
By the end,
Yeah, no, by about midway through.
his party scene where he's like, I don't want to invite you
when
to the
he
party.
seemed to be the only one that was like making sense. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you're acting weird. She's acting
Right.
weird.
I don't want
y'all
you
are being weird.
around us.
Yeah, don't bring me into your weirdness.
Yeah.
Reputation.
It was like
It was weird because they had all the vibes of like high school kids, but then we see them at a bar getting shots. It's like,
I guess that's kind of how it is these days, though, right? That like sort of high school, never grow up, don't get out of your parents' house kind of mentality seems to stick through your 20s.
but dude had his own house. They all had their own house.
Yeah, he had,
is
he had
like,
grandma's house.
What? Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and that's how the cat died. The grandma's oxycodone. That was all grandma's pills that the cat got into.
But grandma's gone. Grandma's
Grandma
dead.
like just died, and he had like inherited the house. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say this is like the most unbelievable part of the whole movie. A kid in his 20s having his own house.
Right, I know. In this freaking economy, ridiculous. That was a point to piss you off. It's like, what? No. But no, they made it clear.
But yeah, Bear, the main character, maintained his unlikability like all throughout.
But for different reasons.
Even when you felt like bad for him, like oh, he's in like a shitty situation. This sucks.
Right.
But it was like this was 100% your own making.
Right.
Like you had a solid girlfriend, as in girl who's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You had a solid male friend, all telling you what to do, how to navigate this loneliness of yours, and you just. It wasn't like he was like refusing their advice, but he was just like too stupid to follow it.
Timid. He had a problem
Yeah.
with being brave. I think he was, a little bitch.
Yeah.
The whole time, unfortunately. And it was sort of a cheap way out. He had a moment there driving her home where they could have had a discussion about it. He could have just laid it out. She could have friend zoned him, or could have said, hey, I like you too, and they could have moved on, or they could have just let it be.
Yeah.
But he didn't choose that path, right? So the whole time he was getting good advice, and he's actually just so wishy-washy, where his inability to make good decisions is a big part of, the character in itself, because we see him unable to talk to her, which then makes him mutter his little wish. Oh, I wish she loved me more than anybody, and snaps it, and then we get off to the races. So
Yeah. On some like Rick and Morty style shit. Yeah, you get what you want, but not at all
it's like
what
Monkey
you
Paw,
want.
right? Monkey Paw, right?
Yeah,
Remember that?
cursed wishes.
Yeah, even Simpsons kind of had that fun. Do you remember that episode, the Treehouse of Horror?
Yeah.
That was a great one.
But I remember like in high school, by the time I reached middle school, I think 8th grade, I didn't have any issues talking with girls. Like, none at all. It's like, hey, do you like me? No? Okay, later. Like, no problem.
But you were a theater kid. You had the courage. You were not the normal egg.
It had nothing to do with that. My dad once told me that if there's a girl you like, just talk to her. The worst she can do is say no.
Right.
And
Boy, does that
I
no
was
seem
like,
pretty heavy. I was.
yeah, well, that's what I used to think about. It's like, how bad could that no be?
Right.
Like, no, here's because.
Right.
You're ugly. You're stupid. You're ginger. Yeah.
And then it's just like if you,
see all of the above.
But if you're rejected, that just sort of ends that relationship. That you can't really go back to being friends once you've like laid your heart out there, and they're like, no.
Kinda depends on what the friendship was like to begin with.
Yeah.
Plenty of female friends that I don't think Morgan and I ever like went that road, but there was a mutual conversation at one point where we talked about should this be more than what it is? Nah, it's fine the way it is. We like it this way.
So that's mutual, though. The problem is when it's always one-sided. It's always one person's deeply infatuated and the other's like, oh, I like them, but not like that. And so that's where you get the real conflict.
That typically doesn't lead to like the friend zone.
Yeah. And this is
in my experience.
But this is like early relationships in your life. We're talking your high school relationships, your first couple, where this is a factor.
Yeah.
After that, the whole game changes.
It's usually like one side likes the other more than the other.
Yeah.
Typically, in my experience, both personally and observationally, leads to a relationship that typically doesn't last very long, but sometimes did. Mm-hmm. But where I was going with that is because I didn't have a problem talking with girls, and I had a lot of friends in high school that were more on the, timid, nerdy side, because I prefer to surround myself with people smarter than me. Which means that if there were boys, they were often really awkward with girls. Mm-hmm. But I did a lot of coaching. Daryl Lopez
they're still together,
with
right? With
Dawn,
Yeah.
because I gave him the courage over a long period of time to go for it.
Nice. And that's a buddy from high school. They started dating in high school, and they're still together.
Yeah, still married to
cool.
this day. Now, would they have gotten together without me? Probably. If they've been married this long, there was something there that was going to
I don't know. Ryan,
point.
our closest friend, got me and my wife together. So it was our best friends. My best friend was dating my wife's best friend, and then they're like, hey, this would be a perfect mix. So they got us together, which was kind of fun. So yeah, and that was like 18 years ago, which is wild.
Wild.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool thing. You got to be the Cupid for somebody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But my point was, I never had to deal with anyone like that inept at talking to girls.
Yeah. I think it was extreme. It was definitely the extreme.
Yeah, for sure. Just to make it dramatic.
Right.
Because I never had to do like a rehearsal with someone asking him out. Like, at least not to that degree.
Right. And the best friend's there to support it, which he's fucking her on the side. So that's got to be a weird dynamic where this guy keeps coming to his best friend about this situation, but he knows he's in the pants of the girl and that he'll never get there with her. But he just has to kind of be the nice friend. He maybe should have been a little bit more forward and being like, hey, dude, I'm already with this chick. Why don't you just like... That would have been a true friend.
That would have been a true friend, and that would have made sense, but then we wouldn't have had the story we got. So that's like one of those like, okay, here's my audience suspension of disbelief that's going to make this whole thing work.
Right.
Especially because that's a reveal like in the middle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or no, even closer to the end.
No, it's definitely early middle. It's where they start talking. Sarah brings it up, you know, that Sarah's the other friend that actually likes Bear. And so it's funny how there's 4 friends and the wrong ones like each other and ends up for, you know, I guess, fun conflict at the end. But so we have our character going to get a birthday present at this place. Can't find the little, he wants a little gem or something. She lost some trinket, right? And he was trying to replace it.
A crystal went down the drain.
Special crystal. And he ends up not finding anything at this little, like, Apocrypha sort of bougie, weird little shop, right?
Stevie Nicks store.
And so we see this tiny, like, wish-a-wisp willow thing. And it's like you snap it with one wish and it comes true. But you only get one. And he takes it, buys that. He doesn't buy her anything. He just buys that. He was going to give it to her.
He was going to give it to her.
The gift.
Yeah, and then he
doesn't. So they have a dinner together with like all the friends. She ends up feeling a little whatever too much at the end of the night. He takes her home. He's got the little present for her. He has a nice dialogue on the way home about how relationships work and how being honest with people is important. She gives him an opportunity to like say, hey, you know, just are you into me or not? Doesn't take it. Doesn't take the opportunity to give her the gift. She walks to the door. He opens the gift himself, mutters to himself, I wish that she loved me more than anything in the world, snaps the damn thing, and she immediately turns around. And from that moment, I like that she takes a minute to reveal herself back from the driver's side window to kind of keep that silhouette of her. And then she drops, and then she's all smiling, whatever, but it like almost takes that minute of like, hey, is this like the other right now?
Yeah,
you know,
I did really
shadow play.
Yeah, I did really enjoy her transition.
Yeah,
and that whole sequence makes a lot more sense later on when it's revealed that okay, this is just a completely different person. Mm-hmm. And the person you knew is just like
stuck,
trapped, somewhere.
It's like Get Out, right? Like almost.
Very Get Outy. Mm-hmm. Very Get Outy.
I think the director pays homage to that. He says, "Hey, that was a big inspiration to me."
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he kind of got in front of that one.
Yeah.
Which is good. But it's unique enough, and it's different enough, and it's like a hodgepodge of that idea and the monkey paw idea, and so it's a good little combination.
It didn't feel when I watched it. I definitely thought of Get Out, but I didn't think, oh, this movie's ripping off Get Out. It's just like, oh, this reminds me of Get Out.
Yeah, because the wish could have been anything, right? His wish just happened to be a scenario of free will being at play. And that's what Get Out's about, is about free will versus just enslavement, right? These people were stuck. Like, they didn't want to do anything in Get Out. They had to do it, right? Same thing here. The person, every once in a while, she comes out screaming, right? Because she doesn't want to be in the scenario. She's stuck. And she's this other moving the pawn around, moving the pieces.
It definitely makes me want to watch it again, which is good.
Yeah,
to see if I can, like, pinpoint the parts where she's trying to come out or the other is forcing her like back down, because there's so many points in the movie where she's just being strange, weird, and not like the obsessive girlfriend kind of strange and weird,
odd.
Just like the hell is happening right now,
right? So, like the super frowny face and some of those other moments were just very different. Is it because it didn't know how to act fully human because it was just formed, and so it's just grabbing stuff around it as it's because it's only a couple days old, this entity.
Yeah.
You know, or because it doesn't seem like it was something that was straight demonic that came over it. It almost just became like someone new, like a fresh soul was put in there, but like almost an innocentness to it.
Yeah.
You know, but a demandingness to it.
Knew what it was there to do.
Yeah.
But didn't know exactly how to do it.
Right. Because as soon as
It's
Bear,
like a commentary on AI.
yeah, kind of. That's a good point. But as soon as Bear left the room, she literally would be just panically stop, like to the point where she'd piss and shit herself and just sit there and wait. And then he came back, and then she could be able to function again. So yeah, it was very weird sort of creature. It didn't feel demonic, but it was definitely something off.
Yeah, like no existence without him.
Yeah. Gosh. And she performed so well with it. It was silly, but not over the top silly. And then when it needed to be creepy, like her sitting in the corner, I'm just watching you.
Yeah.
Super creepy in nighttime, right? That whole scene was great. I loved all the shadows in like the hallways talking to her. The eyes are lit up just right.
Yeah, the lighting was really
you.
expressive and on point.
Yeah, I had to say, great, fun cinematography, fun shadows across when you seeing her go, and you know, just seeing her in a corner somewhere. She's always somewhere. So I think how low Bear was, or how unenjoyable Bear was to watch, she's the exact opposite. She was so much fun to watch and just see what she's going to do next, kind of thing.
Yeah, he became like the straight man that allowed her to
be
play around.
The Jim Carrey rubber face. Yeah. But so we have a couple good horror moments. Definitely the standout is the Sarah moment. But before that, she's sitting at the party and she just breaks the bottle and starts wigging out, right?
Yeah.
We have a couple other scenes maybe at the restaurant where she's just screaming no, 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 and I don't like that, and some other random stuff, but just to break the bottle at the party and just start going at her face, or, you know, pretty much was our main bloody part besides the brick.
Yeah.
Sarah, like, you meet my new friend.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. We I don't think we'll give away like that scene because it's just too good and too shocking, so we won't even talk about it, but we both know what we're talking about. And
in the scene,
if you listen to this after watching the movie, you know what we're talking about too.
And you're kind of waiting for something. The scene's building and it's building and it's building, but you just don't expect that.
No.
And that quickly. And then from there, it was so fast and sudden and like brutal. Yeah. Gory, and as gory as the movie gets. It had been. No, then you see that body later, kind of like tied up. That was like the only nudity in it. That was pretty nasty.
Yeah, but that was like static.
Yeah, it was just like a still. Yeah, like a shot of horror.
Yeah, like a Halloween decoration. It wasn't the same as the car scene.
The Romeo and Juliet. We should definitely talk. The ending was fantastic.
We'll get there, but I do want to talk about my favorite scene in the whole movie, and or I guess two scenes, and like spoilers. So skip ahead if you don't want it. Ian's $1 billion wish.
Oh, so good. Like, starts raining money, and Bear's just crying, no!
Yeah, the setup for it was absolutely perfect. It's like, okay, here's what I need you to do. You're gonna save me, you're gonna save her, you're gonna save everything. Yeah. I need you to wish. And it just completely cuts them off. I wish for $1 billion.
Yeah. And he listened. He listened eagerly, and like he absorbed what his friend had said, and then just immediately dismissed it and wished his own thing. Yep. Immediately. No second thought.
Yeah. And then it just starts indoors, just raining down from the ceiling right in front of him. And it's like, it's real. Yeah. And Homeboy Bear is just like, I know it's real, you motherfucker.
Yep. Are they at Bear's house?
Here's the thought experiment. They're at Bear's house
she
when
shows
that
up
happened.
Almost immediately, and that ruins that scene for the poor guy. Yeah. Which is fun. I like that.
So if Bear's wish involved trapping the real girl inside this entity to make her love Bear, and there's all the downsides that come with that in the creepy horror movie way that makes it a good movie. Yeah. But if Ian wished for $1 billion, question one, what's the downside to that? Two, did that $2 billion come from somewhere else, or just
So maybe that's
completely manifested?
could be the downside. It took someone's $2 billion. They're hurting from it. Could be the downside is you spend it on
but
stuff that's going to eventually corrupt you or make
How are you going to feel bad for someone who had $2 billion to begin with, unless it's like,
Yeah,
you
right.
took this money came from a hospital, and without it, all these children died.
Yeah, exactly. That would be it. It would be one of those scenarios like you literally killed 1,000 babies because you chose to take this money, right?
And the only way that would negatively affect him is if like
spent
everybody knew that.
Or he spent it wrong, or he became like our friend from Rolling Thunder, right? They wanted his 2,000 silver dollar coins. If you get $2 billion, now everybody wants you.
Yeah.
After you. So there could be many ways how that money could kill you, could get you. Or who's to say these things are always negative, though? Right? But
Right.
I guess the customer service, which is the director, the voice, how fun is that?
Oh, that's
and he
fun.
just comes in and nails it, right?
Yeah,
The director,
great
So
voice.
it's just this like monotone, could give a shit, laissez-faire, just hey, what do you want?
He calls the
that's your
customer
problem.
service to complain about the wish.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
a great scene. A laugh out loud scene for sure.
Yeah, it was a moment of lightness
Yes.
throughout it. That was just perfectly timed.
Yeah.
You want to take back your wish? Yeah, I want to take back my wish. We don't really do that.
He knew exactly what he wanted, and he's just said, nope, that's not how it works. Well, you're not going to spoil, so we can't talk ending, or what? What are you feeling?
We can spoil the ending. I didn't
Okay.
want to spoil that one
That's
scene
such a good scene.
because
Yeah.
it's just so out of like nowhere
Yeah, okay.
in like the absolute perfect way you can do out of nowhere.
Right. So then, final climax. Our boy, the guy, his best friend asks for the $1 billion. Starts raining that. And almost immediately, he gets shot in the head. Which
Yeah,
is
this is
so
yep.
nice. It's so fun.
Shot in the head, but probably less than 10 minutes after
Yeah.
becoming a billionaire.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what's going on. He's still stoked about the money, and he just gets popped. It's
Yeah.
like, and then we have just Bear taking the cheap way out because she's completely lost it. She's wearing Sarah's clothes. She's killed his best friend, and he's looking at life in jail with her because right, or whatever, like wherever he's done. He wants off the train. So instead of like what did the customer service say? He could always kill himself. So that kind of sat there with him.
Yeah.
He eventually takes the cat's way out, and he goes and gets the oxycodone, takes the whole bottle, right? And then almost immediately regrets it, starts to throw up, but then you hear the crack from the music, whatever, right? And then you just hear him or see him stand up, and it pans to him giving her this hug, embracing, and then just falling and collapsing. And then her sitting with him on the couch, and then her coming to because he's dead, so her spell's broken. And then she's sitting there, gun on the floor. Her lover's dead in the corner by her hand. This best friend's dead on the floor, by his hand. And then frickin' her girlfriend's just completely mutilated and stripped bare in the other room. I mean, that is
Yeah,
a
and some
fucked up way to wake
ritualistic
up.
shit.
So Curry Barker at first wanted it to just be like everybody dies. But he talked, I think, with one of his family members or something, his dad or something, and then he's just like, no, you got to have the girl live to just like really like sink in all of the repercussions and consequences of his actions. Because if everybody dies, it's just too much of a bow. That's it, right? There's no one to like have the reverberations and the
You need someone to live with the
A final girl.
consequences of.
You need a final girl.
Yeah.
And so I love the final girl was the killer. That was a fun twist in a way, right?
Yeah.
That was great. But it wasn't really her. It was the other her.
Right.
So
the
But 8 out of 10 movie. Loved it. Loved the creativity. Did not like Bear. Maybe a 7 out of 10. High 7 because the leading man was very unlikable. But what were you going to say, man?
Yeah, very unlikable. I will second that. Everyone else grew into it. But one of my lingering questions would be, how much of what happened does the girl remember? This is annoying. I gotta look up her name.
She's a new artist. This is her new actor. It's her first role, I think. So that's like screen debut,
Fantastic.
right?
Fantastic
First
stuff.
debut. So it's okay you don't know her name.
I'm gonna look up homegirl's name. This is pathetic, Jesse. She's the scary girl. We can't remember her name a week later.
Yeah.
Obsession. That's how you spell it.
Oh, OBSESSION.
Cast. Nikki. Indy Navarrete.
Rolls off the tongue.
Cooper Tomlinson. Michael Johnson. Megan Lawless.
Bunch of nobodies.
Sarah Harper.
Yeah. It really was a small cast that of people. Was there one name in this movie? I don't think so. I think there's like YouTube influencers. I think the best friend is like a YouTuber.
Yeah, he's got a YouTubey face.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we'll see more from them.
How much does Nikki remember about what Willow-ish Nikki did?
Yeah. I think she was stuck because every once in a while she'd scream out, no, or she sat there and she's like in the bed, I need you to kill me. She's asleep. Don't be too loud, but please kill me.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a dual, like, living in the body at the same time. So all of it? I'd say all of it.
Could have been all of it.
She woke up almost looking like she didn't, though. Like, what is all this horror around me? Right? They had like a shocked kind of wake
And that's
up.
why that's my lingering question, because there isn't an obvious answer, except that she was definitely experiencing something.
Do you think it flashed in and
it
out?
was terrible.
Do you think it was like I've read some books. There's just some cool ways where they describe it as like taking control of like whatever. So it's like almost like there's two people there, but whoever like hold on to the steering wheel, they're the one that's like actually in control of it, and while the others are backseat, kind of seeing a blurry version of it, kind of like schizophrenia in a way.
Kind of, but whatever she was experiencing, it was bad enough, or
she wanted to die,
or often enough that you just kill me.
Yeah.
Not fix this, find a solution.
In fact, she even tried to kill herself. The bottle to the face was her trying to kill herself.
You think that's what that was?
Yeah. What else? Because the other Nikki,
because that's not obvious when the scene first happens.
She snaps, and it's her for a minute. I think the true one, and I think she was just trying to kill herself. And then the other one came back, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know what I did." And she starts giggling.
That's true, yeah. So there's like a tug of war all throughout. Whatever Nikki was going through inside there, it was bad enough to
want to immediately
kill
break
yourself
a bottle
with a shattered bottle. It was crazy.
Through your eye.
Yeah.
Shit. Crazy. Yeah, unsettling. Good.
Awesome. Yeah. Definitely will rewatch that sooner than later. That's not like the rewatch like down the road. That's
next time a friend who hasn't seen it, pop it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get a little more of this. I think Paola will like it if I tell her to like cover her eyes at the right parts. Yeah. Kind of like The Substance. She closed her eyes through all of the violence. Okay. And all the transitions.
I was gonna say the transitions are pretty gross, body morphic, like just nastiness.
Good stuff.
Like werewolf transformations.
I liked it. Yeah.
You know how they get pretty gross. But
speaking of body horror,
Videodrome.
Let's get to our tonight's feature.
Videodrome, good old, I think it's like 84.
Really interesting you chose that this week. Have you seen it before?
I have, yeah. Okay. A long time ago.
How long ago?
Busted VHS copy, which is great because the whole thing's about VHSs. I got a movie store. But now I got the Criterion 4K version, and the case came as a VHS.
Oh,
so it looks like a VHS, and it looks like it's one of the things from the movie, so it looks like it's like a prop. It's kind of fun. But
all you fuckers like and subscribe this shit so we can get more monies to put in video capabilities so we can show you this awesome Videodrome special edition Criterion collection.
Hell yeah. That'll be year 2. We're gonna up the ante. You guys keep watching and we'll get there. Fuck yeah. I see good things in our future, hey?
Hey. So I first saw Videodrome
and Blondie
in the barracks.
Nice.
With a guy I served with named Jason Hernandez, which is like, oh, you've never seen Videodrome. We're gonna watch that tonight. It's so awesome. You're gonna like it.
Like visually, just great.
Yeah. Because I like body horror and all that, and I like weird. He's also the same person who showed me Dark City.
Okay.
He was really good about showing me like some obscure stuff, but not like super off the rails.
Like still
obscure
full production,
artsy stuff.
big movie.
Yeah,
right. Dark City is an expensive movie. Like,
yeah, not independent
yeah.
stuff, but like, you know, big budget stuff that kind of fell under your radar and got obscured by something else.
I still got to show you Brazil.
But I just found out this week, 2 days ago, that he died last March.
Wow.
Heart attack from alcohol withdrawal that he was using to treat his PTSD.
Yeah, no good.
And, you know, was trying to get clean and just done too much damage. Wasn't going to work out. But the sad thing is, you know, I'm doing the other podcast where it's not movie related. We're just sit and chit chat. I was trying to get a recording with him last year because he's a fantastic storyteller, great to talk to. He will dominate any conversation. Schedule's finally lined up, was able to get him on the call. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the software to record it, so we just chatted. Yeah, didn't get to record it, but we chatted for about 2 hours for the first time since I had gotten out.
Okay.
That was less than a year before he died, and I had no idea he was suffering so much.
He got it.
Not a clue.
He didn't show that to the public. He kept it to the vest.
He was talking about how one of this other guy we served with that I knew like in passing, but he knew like much better. He bit a bullet the previous year. And Jason was telling me how he's doing his best to be there for his son, you know, to be at least some kind of man in his life.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shit, dude, had I known like you were suffering so much inside, I would have told you to spend more time on yourself. Like, that's cool.
Well, you can't help anyone if you're not helping yourself. Because
if you're fighting your own demons.
Exactly. That's hard, though, because some people, it's hard to self-reflect, but they're able to bless others, and that gives them their purpose, right? But if they really sat down in the quiet stills of just themselves, it's too much to bear. So they just give, and they're there for others, but they're hurting, but they wouldn't show it, and you know that's just super sad.
It is, yeah. But since he knew I went through that, I got out the other side.
Yeah, he could have leaned on.
We could have talked about it. Could have talked about anything.
But a person that just wants to help others doesn't want to be a burden, so he wouldn't necessarily be right.
I know
that's hard.
And that's why I want to bring that up now for anyone who's listening, who's hurting, whether it's PTSD or something lighter. Like you have people in your life who love you and care about you. You are not a burden by any means. None of you.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And that's why I'm here, Jesse. You are not a burden.
Thanks, Scott.
You're exhausting sometimes.
Yeah. Overbearing,
but not a burden.
Okay. Whew. That's good. That's hard. It's hard to, you know, when you struggle with that, it's quite something to overcome. It's really tough. That self-worth.
It is.
You know.
And you can't do it alone. So if you're trying to do it alone, you've given up already. Yeah. You need to lean on people.
You don't need a ton, reach out. But you need one or two. You need a good couple people in your corner to get through life.
Everyone needs someone that they can just be 100% honest with.
Yeah.
About super anything. Important. If you don't have that for a lot of people, that's their spouse.
Yeah.
For other people, that is not your spouse.
Right.
But everyone needs someone.
And if you don't, you will get physically sick. Like your body just will absorb that stuff and just wait on you and turns into cancers and other horribleness, right?
Yeah.
So you got to let that go. You got to have someone to talk to.
And then you drink or shoot up to get rid of that.
Yeah. So.
Because there's nowhere for it to go. All you can do is ignore it. And the easiest way to do that is to drug yourself.
To numb it. Just quiet it.
And then as it gets louder, you have to dumb it more and more and more. And your body can only take so much.
Yeah, it's a losing battle. That's just a time game, and that's no good.
Yeah.
That'll catch you.
It's really sad when, I mean, it's sad when people drink themselves to death, but it's especially sad if you sober up, but you've already did the damage, and you die sober from your alcoholism. That's what happened to Alexi Lejo, the lead singer of Children of Bodom.
Oh, bummer.
He was sober,
clean,
like,
and then the body just was too much damage.
yeah.
Clarity, or in those moments, I'm sure the loved ones that he had were able to have the good last days with him. So there's a positive.
That's the bright side.
Because he was going to go either way. His body was already done. So at least his mind was there to be for his loved ones and stuff at the end. Yeah. But you don't want to go there. You don't want to go extremes. You want to be able to take care of yourself, moderation. And these things are super important in life. Anytime you're going too far in anything, drinking or eating or whatever, even porn, like all that stuff, anything too far on the one side is going to just completely wreck you.
How much porn is too much porn, Jesse?
When you're, well, that's a hard conversation. We could go other ones. We could do McDonald's. How many burgers is too many burgers? That can show physically. I think when it comes to
you can measure that mathematically.
Right.
Like, are you over, under your calorie intake?
But mental addictions are completely different game. And it's like, I don't know, how much of that cesspool do you want to fill up before you start seeing effects in your marriage or effects with your loved ones?
Let's use the scientific method. Is too much porn more or less for a single person versus a married person?
I think a single person doesn't have a responsibility to someone else to be there for them and function as their lover. And a part of being a lover is to be there not only physically for them, but spiritually. And when you are giving yourself away to a nameless thing on the internet, these pictures of these women or these video calls or whatever, you're taking away something that should be given to your significant.
Well, I try to avoid videos where they don't name the actresses.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just, but and then there's layers. So, right. So there's that whole, just as a porn star, you're just watching that, or now you go to now it's a video girl, cam girl, whatever. And then you're texting them with that. And then that's almost like a way more of a cheating because it's personal. It's you're investing time with this person.
Yeah, but that's getting off the rails. Let's just talk about.
So you got your layers of that.
Porn.
So just videos, not watching the web girl stuff and paying tokens, just your regular videos.
Yeah, you can watch a webcam video, but it's not like, to make it easy, it's not live.
Okay.
So there's no way to interact with this person. You're just interacting with yourself.
That cuts a big chunk of the cheating out of it. Now it's just a porn, now it's just an outlet. So now you're just going to be draining yourself of this passion, I guess, that could be going together. But as a man, you have a lot of passion. So we can drain a little bit and be fine, right? It's not going to hurt. And then sometimes...
So how much drainage is too much drainage in a
if you can't make your woman happy, you're doing it too much.
Okay.
Right? But if your woman is completely satisfied and there's no issues in the bedroom, now it's just and you're not looking for connections elsewhere, I don't see it's too bad. I mean, you might get your head trips about stuff. It might push your envelope of what you want to do in the bedroom. Like you might just become more like deviant because you have to see, you've been watching these videos and they get darker and deeper or whatever. And so that might affect, but if your wife's on board for stuff, but again, it's just a moderation, right? You don't want to keep watching these videos of just utter filth gangbang and then not have that play out in your real life when you're getting it on. Like you're going to go there in your head and you don't want that in your head with your wife.
Well, I mean...
So, what do you think?
Here's the thing. I'm almost...
This is a hard conversation.
I'm about to be 40.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, we all turned 40 this year. This is exciting.
I've been watching...
Our friend group.
Pornography for, close to 30 years now. And to my surprise... I'm still surprised to find new positions and techniques that I can then share with my wife, and we have a lot of fun.
There you go. So that's a good...
not anything like really wild and crazy like you're talking about the slippery slope. It's like, that's new.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy as fuck.
Right.
Just like, just a little bend this way, or, like,
some good tips. Yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
For sure. I think overall, though, a big thing is it's kind of a waste of time. I mean, you could spend 30 minutes with your hand, or you could spend 30 minutes with your wife or girlfriend. That 30 minutes with your girlfriend is not only benefiting you, it's benefiting them. You're like mutually exhausted. There's like a whole like euphoric thing about it that you don't get when it's just yourself. And then you're like able to fall asleep, and there's so many like really good benefits to just doing it with a partner than to doing it by yourself. But again, at the end of the day, I saw it as a waste of time. I'm like, wait, if you do this every day and you're doing it for this long, I'm like, that adds up. Like, you could be reading a book, you could be doing, you can knit a sweater. Like, what the fuck? You don't really get anything from this relationship. It's just feels good, I guess. But I could get that feel good a different way that is positive to someone else as well. So it's just like looking at the value of it. It's kind of like Clockwork Orange. So Clockwork Orange is an amazing book. The book is so good. I was kind of going through a hard time last year, and it helped me with some stuff. It's just like maturity. So the movie ends where he wakes up from the hospital he says he's been cured, but he goes out and he just complete sexual deviant, and he's right back to where he started at the beginning of the book, and that's how the movie ends. Well, the book has one more chapter. As you continue to read the book, he ends up doing that lifestyle for a while, and then he just slowly doesn't want to do it anymore. Yeah. He's just disinterested. He's just like, I've been there, done that. And it's a maturity. It was not anything drastic that happened. He just was over it. He just had moved on. And I felt that way with porn. I was just like, there wasn't a big catalyst of anything, but it's just like, this is just something that I don't necessarily need to do anymore. And I don't need it to take my time, and I'm just going to move on. And I could really correlate that with Anthony Burgess's Clockwork Orange, where our main character just doesn't have the urge anymore. He's just sort of now he's ready to do the next chapter in life, kind of thing.
Interesting.
But I've also had a woman for 20 years, so it's like it's different dynamic than someone who hasn't had a long-term relationship that long that can have that when they need it, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of just a lifestyle transition. You're used to being alone and in a certain way. Now you're cohabitating, and it's it's fun. More porn is less porn when you're single versus when you're in a relationship. But it's interesting that Stanley Kubrick would leave that last scene out, because it seems like that's really the heart of everything.
That's it. It was the whole moral of the story. He took the moral out, and now it no longer is like a tale. It's just, what would you call that then? If it doesn't have that.
It's just a Stanley Kubrick film.
Yeah. But
I guess that's why he did it.
Yeah.
Because that's like all his movies. Like, well, what did we learn from this? Stanley Kubrick's an excellent filmmaker. Anything else? I like classical music, but like, good point. Yeah, there's no morals to any of the stories that he does. Like,
what is it? Path of Glory definitely has a moral. That the whole court drama of I thought that the Kirk Douglas World War II movie. That one definitely. So there's a couple.
Yeah.
The Killing has a good arc, and I think the ending was important and how that one played out. So Barry Lyndon, but that's more of just a time drama. So that's just following like a life of somebody. So Stanley, he's kind of everywhere. But like the ones I think you're thinking of is like Eyes Wide Shut.
His biggest hits. 2001, Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
Yeah, war's bad, okay?
And that's how we end.
But like, that's
sucky $5? No, that's not the ending. That's in the middle.
It doesn't deviate from that, but it does show like it's so weird. The humanity of the people involved in these conflicts by showing their inhumanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, take Animal for example. Okay, clearly a sociopath who seems to revel in death, but was he
Full Metal Jacket?
Full
just for
Metal
everybody,
Jacket,
because
yeah.
You transitioned without saying the title of the movie, so I was just for everybody.
Oh yeah, we're on Full Metal
Where we're
Jacket.
going here.
Animal and Full Metal Jacket. President Animal and Dr. Strangelove. And the movie doesn't specify who was drafted and who volunteered.
No, we just meet him at
Not
boot
that I
camp.
remember.
No, right? We just Sergeant Pyle,
Yeah.
or Private
So-
Pyle, right? We're just walking in with him.
So unlikely that they were all drafted. Statistically, some of them would have joined up.
What's our main character, Joker?
Joker.
He probably was drafted. It seems like he didn't seem like he was a sign-up one, but he definitely took the role on, and he became a good soldier by the end.
But that's the thing about Joker is like he represents with his little helmet, born to kill with the peace sign, the duality of man. So he doesn't seem like he would have joined up, but you might have said that about me in high school.
Yeah,
I definitely would have said that about Phil Stoner and Alex Pocket.
Phil 100%. I would
Phil
never
100%.
thought Phil would have joined, and it was so random. He's like, I joined Army Infantry. We're like, wait, what? And it was just out of the blue.
Yeah.
So okay, man. I hope you get back okay. Love you.
Yeah. So yeah, Phil and Alex, two guys we rolled with in high school, both joined the Army. Wouldn't have expected them. But so what I was getting at with Animal is maybe he was drafted.
Yeah.
Maybe he was completely normal before boot camp. Maybe he was completely normal after. Well, no one's completely normal after Marine Corps boot camp. But maybe he was at least mostly normal before Vietnam. But we meet him in Vietnam, and he's definitely not normal.
Right.
Almost everybody we meet in Vietnam is not normal. Their commanding officer, very normal. And I think that's on like purpose to show us that, okay, the people in charge of this shit generally get to keep like their humanity because they're sending everyone else out to do the bullshit. Dr. Strangelove kind of tells that story too.
Yeah, I mean, from the fighter pilot's perspective, the young ones come actually on the plane with the bombs compared to the old men in the room making the decisions.
Well, I was mostly referencing the general who goes crazy.
Okay.
Versus the higher ups that, they have their different types of crazy.
Right,
but
not just
they're kind of in a position where they're cleaning up the mess of the crazy,
right,
and how that all just like circles around.
Stanley Kubrick, do you think there's a lot of people still watching his films? Is he still? It feels like he's kind of gone a little bit away, just from the zeitgeist.
Well, he's definitely out of the mainstream.
He'll always have his place.
Because, 99 was his last movie?
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut, that was 99?
Yeah.
And AI was 2000?
2001.
Is that 2001? And he, died in 2000? Or he died in the 90s?
So I think he had started production, and then Steven just takes over. I think at least they're in pre-production, so he's working on this film, and then this was, Steven kind of takes it over for him because he wanted it to finish.
So he never shot anything.
I don't believe he shot any of it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got nothing new. He's gonna pick up where, because obviously when he was still making movies, I was too young to be seeing him in theaters. So I learned about him through
film school or classes or
just reading about famous movies. Top 100 movies of all time. How many of his do you think are on there?
Most of them.
Most of them.
He was just that visionary.
Yeah, it's like the Elvis, kid Frank Sinatra.
Right.
Just
playing on a different level than the rest of them.
Every generation gets reintroduced to them in a different way. Those people stick around. There's There's artists. There's art before a person, and then there's art after. Music was one way before the Beatles. All music.
Good point.
All music became something after
Different.
the Beatles.
I was watching something about voice acting, and they were saying that before Robin Williams' Genie performance, all voice acting was typically finding someone that would match the character they were trying to draw. That all went out the window now, and after Robin Williams' performance of Aladdin, that they've changed the game now where they're not looking for a person that matches the character, they're looking for a personality that they can profit off of.
A name to sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's completely, so now it's like you have a Mario Brothers and it's Chris Pratt barely doing Italian, barely sounding like the actual character, and it's just, that's
trash.
what it is. Or
Yeah.
Garfield, it's Chris Pratt again, just barely sounded any different than Mario, and that's what we get.
Yep.
And that's just the world we live in, because one person did it so well, it changed how that world works.
Yeah, and that's how we got Mel Gibson as John fucking Smith in Pocahontas.
Oh,
It was so like,
So jarring, that movie.
as
Pretty
a-
though, it's a gorgeous animated movie.
like you don't notice this as a kid because Mel Gibson mostly made rated R movies. But once you get older, after seeing Mad Max and
Lethal
Braveheart
Weapon
and Lethal
all the good
Weapon, and then you watch Pocahontas again, all you hear is Mel Gibson. And it doesn't match the character. It's a terrible singer. You couldn't dub fucking Mel Gibson.
I know. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you dub Mel Gibson in Color of the Wind, the flagship song for that? He just
Butchers
he
his
kills
part.
it every time he comes in. It's I hang my head, Jesse.
It's there's
But they
certain
used
things
to
that-
write characters for actors. You're telling me that Thomas O'Malley wasn't written for Phil Harris?
Well, Phil Harris is a hard one because
King Louis wasn't written for Louis Prima?
But they made like the characters look like who that was talking. Now they don't care. It's just whatever they want a person, voice, personality, and then the character's just going to be unique to that. But like King Louis looks very similar to the
they
jazz
brought
guy.
Dwayne Johnson back to do the live action version of Maui,
Yeah.
and that was
Did you go see it?
no, I'm tired of Dwayne Johnson. I miss The Rock. Truth be told,
I don't know. He's a one-trick pony.
he has. He had more diversity in wrestling than he's had in movies,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
He was so good at it. He should have just done that until he broke something.
Right.
Because I'm tired of. I mean, I'm not really tired of him because I don't actually watch them.
I'll watch the movies because they're typically the big movies that come out, and I'm a sucker for a new movie. So if it's out and it's new, I'll watch it. Once it comes to like streaming services, I won't go to theaters. I like being by myself in my little chamber.
So
I gotta pause, rewind.
So we'll get to Videodrome, but
yeah.
But first, we can we talk about Jungle Cruise? Then I know you watched that.
Yeah, back in COVID time, sure, okay.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt was worse than The Rock. It was a contest to the bottom of who could act the worst. It was pretty rough.
It was terrible.
But it had there was an okay story there, but everyone
A
involved
story that
sucked.
just ripped off every Pirates
But
movie that
we all
came
love,
before it.
I personally love a good adventure. Go grab this treasure, get this thing. You know, I like those kind of stories. I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah, which is fine. Go get the thing.
You're gonna struggle along the way. Then some bad guy's gonna take it for a little bit, and then you'll get it back.
Yeah, you don't need to add like weird curses and stuff like that. Like there's no curse on the attraction. Why would you shoehorn that into a movie? Because that's what pirates did.
I think there's like a weird curse at the Disney World one, right? When you're going into the temple and the snakes are watching over the gold and the tigers are out in front and they're like, don't touch the gold or whatever.
Do you touch the gold on the ride?
Because you can't go near the gold.
So that it doesn't even
right.
fucking matter.
Okay. Some monkeys, I think, playing with the gold in one of the scenes.
Oh, so it's a monkey curse. So
Apu did it.
okay, and then a cast member fucked a monkey, and that's how
AIDS. That's how we get it. Sorry.
No, the curse.
The curse.
That's how it transferred to people.
I mixed it up.
Not AIDS.
No, that was like the theory forever, right?
You get us canceled before we get instated.
Dang it. Dang it. All right, we can take that out in post. Take that out in post, would you?
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie.
Fucking Jamie. Couldn't live without you. There's no Jamie. Jamie! I just think Jingle all the way now.
Do you listen to much Rogan?
No, not too much. I will if there's a good guy on. He's long form, so I'll sit there for the couple hours and enjoy
if you know, because he can get anyone he wants.
There's some cool mathematicians and stuff. They go into some deep dive conversations that are cool. Some alien guys here and there.
When the archaeologists, either physical or bioarchaeologists, show up, I'll listen to those. It's fascinating stuff. Exactly. It's usually
cool stories. All right.
I don't want to say fringe because of the connotation of that, but something that was just recently learned. So you haven't read about it yet. Mm-hmm. There's still processing this stuff, and they're just kind of giving their 2 cents on what they've found so far and what they think it might mean, and interesting stuff.
Yeah, cool, super cool. So you don't want to talk?
I'm having AI help me worm my way into the archaeology field as a site photographer.
Nice. /
photojournalist.
Awesome.
Just give me a good pitch, get out on some sites, diversify my portfolio, and take some pictures of some interesting shit for a change.
Excellent. Yeah, still have your 9 to 5, but do this too, and something cool could pan out from it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I want to talk Odyssey with you, but you're going to hold it, huh? We're going to hold it?
Yeah, let's hold Odyssey. Okay. Let's get the feature started.
This is a good run. Oh, how long do you think we were going for?
An hour.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly less.
We'll edit the last 10 minutes. No AIDS.
59, 38, 40.
Almost an hour exactly.
Almost an hour exactly.
Not bad. Not bad.
You're still here? It's over. Come back next week. Go.